So in fact, yes, it was quite surprising, mainly in terms of timing, the hastiness with which it was done, and mainly also the manner in which it was done, quite brutal. Politically, it's not exactly a surprise because this is an ascent that many people have saw coming. Mohammed bin Salman has been preparing his access to the throne in a way for 2 or 3 years now, and his father did everything to pave the way for that. So there was a gradual erosion of the power of Mohammed bin Nayef for this entire period, and but mainly what was surprising and maybe shocking for some analysts of Saudi Arabia traditionally is the manner and the brutality with which it was done, meaning the sidelining of a crown prince and his stripping of his fortress, his political fortress, i.e., or namely the Ministry of Interior. However, this is the result, the natural result of a long process that has been sweeping for a long time now. Entire ascent of Mohammed bin Salman, the family was a little bit cautious and some of it was suspicious. There was an idea that Mohammed bin Nayef could gather some of these discontented princes in order to stop the ascent of Mohammed bin Salman. Either he didn't try to do it or he tried to do it and it failed. Today, very probably the Saudi system, the royal system, will coalesce around the young prince. Even the discontented ones, they will probably swallow their discontent. The prince will co-opt very quickly a lot by appointing, by distributing spoils. The problem for him will be twofold. First of all, his age. This is a real disruption in the system. It's the first time that someone as young is taking power, and also it has changed the system of succession by shifting to a new generation. So this will be one of the main difficulties he will have. The second one is more structural. The Saudi system is much less able to distribute spoils today. There is a time of economic duress. So his ability to co-opt by distributing prebends and benefits and spoils and etc. will be much more limited, and this is his main challenge. But even with that, the family knows exactly that in fact the Saudi system has reached such a limit and stalemate that it is either this kind of, let's say, disruption and violent change, more or less violent change, or it will be a slow death of the system. So they don't have the choice. They will coalesce around him and will try to save what is savable in this system. I think it would be over-exaggerated to look for an international or regional reason for what happened in the kingdom lately. I don't think that the Americans were really participant in that choice. Of course, they had traditionally a very good working relation with Mohammed bin Nayef, the crown prince that has been evicted, especially that as a minister of interior he built a very sound and solid relationship with the CIA and the intelligence community in the United States. So probably they are not very happy to see him leaving. However, at the same time, the new crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, has really paved the way on the American level towards his ascent, because he made a few visits last year. The visit of President Trump to Saudi Arabia also was a kind of blessing to this kind of move in the succession. And the Americans probably are also a bit relieved to see that the kingdom has made a choice of continuity, or at least of gaining time, because the prince is young. The succession problem is now off the table for a very long time, probably for 3 or 4 or more decades. And this is a factor of reassurance for the Americans, who were constantly wary and worried about the succession. Last point, which is important for the Americans, they want to see also what will be exactly the direction in foreign policy that the new crown prince, who is in fact the de facto king, will take towards Iran, towards the Gulf, the war in Yemen, the new crisis with Qatar, and also very importantly the Levant in general and the crisis in Syria. So I think that the Americans are looking at that with interest, with not a lot of worry. Probably they are more now focused on seeing what will be the next steps in terms of internal and domestic matters and in terms of regional matters.